Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly. This is primarily a drone show. We'll be sharing adventures from all over the world. We hope to have interesting guests every week, and we're glad that you tuned in tonight. We'll be flying different drones in different locations. We encourage viewer participation in the chat. If you have a question, don't be afraid to ask. Every week we'll have another interesting guest. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We'll be sharing various adventures by our guests as well as myself. And thank you for joining us tonight. Hi, welcome everybody. Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly Live. And I'm glad you're here tonight. And I have another exciting show scheduled with a great guest. And there was a change, so I got to give you the update. Scott France, also known as Jackrabbit FPV, he's going to be filling in for Matt Bagwell. Matt Bagwell had an emergency that came up, and he just couldn't be on. He was going to try his best, but I said, let me reach out to Scott. Hopefully he'll be available. And sure enough, he was. And he'll be joining us shortly. And Scott's always a great guest. And he's an excellent FPV pilot. So I know you guys will loving hearing him and his adventures with FPV. But anyway, I was running around for the past 2 days. I did a road trip. I went to Pennsylvania, and I was actually going to a doo-wop concert in Bath, Pennsylvania. I don't know if anybody knows where that is, but it's right by Easton, Pennsylvania. And being that I was going to Easton, I had been there before, and I knew there was a great place to fly drones. So I told my wife I'm bringing the drone. And I'm going to stop there for 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and fly the drone at Scott Park. And it's a great place to fly drones. It's the fork of the Delaware River and the Lehigh River. And there's a waterfall there, and it's really, really an awesome place to fly. So I flew the Mavic 3, which I have right here. And you guys know I love this drone, you know. And I got some good shots of that area with some bridges. And I was hoping a cargo train would go by because there was tracks, a railroad bridge also, but the timing just wasn't meant to be. But sure enough, later on, the drone wasn't away 10 minutes and the train went by. But and that's the home of Larry Holmes. I don't know if people remember him, the boxer. And there's a big statue of him in the park, and I got shots of that. And I'll be editing that video. I put some pictures on Facebook about it, and but I'm going to edit that video, and I think you'll like that. But I tell you, it's amazing. The weeks just fly by. It seems like one week just runs into the next. But I got to say thank you all for watching. Monday nights is a busy night. You got my show, and then you got Al Duran at 7, and then you got the Grumpy Blogger at 8, and then Drone Nation at 9 with Ron Brown and Marcus Crawford and DeMarco Moore. But that's the other part of this little road trip I was on. On the way back, I talked my wife into stopping down to see Ron, and I wanted to fly Lucy the elephant. So Ron met me down there, and he told me the best place to fly, and it's a secret spot, so I'm not supposed to tell anybody. But we had a good time, and I flew the Mavic 3 again, and Ron had got there a little earlier than me. He flew the FPV, the Avata, that is, And then he flew his Mini 3 Pro with the goggles on and the motion controller. And I thought that was so interesting, really. So again, I got to say thank you to Ron for meeting me there and sharing his secret spot with me, Lucy the Elephant. And I highly recommend it if you're in the area. Definitely fly Lucy the Elephant. It's a great place to fly. Margate City, right along the ocean beach there. Really, really cool. But let me say hello to a few people in the chat. I know John, Connecticut Pirate, he was number one. And I saw Jaybird, he was there. And John Carroll, how you doing? And John Olson, always good to see you. And Margie, how you doing? Good to see you. And Greg Pittman, how you doing? And Joe Photo Leo, how you doing? And I know I saw Captain Joe there, coming to us all the way from Louisiana. And we got Angel, Drone Guy 42. How you doing, Angel? So we got and Dominic coming to us all the way from Australia, Northside Hawk. Good to see you. And there's Paul Brown. How you doing, Paul? Good to see you. I will watch a replay. I was on the road last night, so I couldn't watch your show live, but I will watch your replay. You always have a great show. And Al, time to fly. He's coming to us all the way from California. Good to see you, Al. And I hope you're having a good time flying out in California. I hope to get out there maybe in September. We're looking at maybe September to visit my son, and I'm looking to fly out in California. So we'll see if everything goes according to plan. That's what we might be doing. But we got Alan, Drone Views Media. How you doing? Coming to us all the way from Ireland. Good to see you. And Hot Rod in Daytona. How you doing, Rod? Good to see you. But listen, I don't want to leave Scott in the back room too long because I didn't leave him too. I only left almonds back there, and I didn't leave too many of the almonds because I ran out of them, and I almost had to go to Walmart to get some. But I'm gonna bring Scott Francis right now, and then if anybody knows Scott, he is one of the best guys in the drone community. That's all I'm going to say. He's a gentleman and he's a great FPV pilot. So please give him a warm welcome. He's coming to us all the way from Tallahassee, Florida. So hey, Scott.
Hey, Ray.
Welcome.
Hey, look, I got you coupons if you want to go get some almonds.
Oh, there you go. I was wondering what they were. You had them in your hand before, and I'm saying, what are those things?
Compliments of DeMarco. Anyway.
You know, and that was great. I thought that was a great sponsorship. Those almonds were a big hit, weren't they, at the South Florida Drone Meetup?
Tell me about it. I ate almonds, and I mean, they were good almonds, too. I got to try some almonds I've never had before.
I know, wasabi.
Wasabi. And what was the Mexican variety? That was really good, too. I enjoyed that. And then there was the honey. Oh, my gosh, I can't remember all the brands, but and the smoked almonds, that's one of my favorites. So
no, I tell you,
regular almonds.
I am a big almond connoisseur now, really, you know. And you know, I got such a kick out of your video about going to Walmart, you know, and I don't know if everybody has seen it. I know a few people have seen it, but I'm just going to show a little bit of that now. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Because Scott, you did a great job on this video. Really.
Well, that was me trying to say thank you to DeMarco and his wife and his whole family. I've had the privilege to meet DeMarco and his son, oldest son, Maddox, and I didn't get to meet his wife, but she sent a photo anyway of her enjoying that video. So,
but I mean, look at this, guys. For those who haven't seen this video, look at Scott.
That's the wasabi almonds right there.
Oh no, Maddox, I'm out of Blue Diamond almonds. I better head to Walmart and get me some more.
This was so creative, really. And you can narrate over it if you want.
Well, there's not much to narrate. I mean,
I mean, the
I don't know
video
when I
speaks
got
for
the
itself.
idea. I ran out of almonds for number one, and I knew he said, "Hey." So the FSU theme is because, of course, Marco went to Tallahassee, and he may not know that Walmart. I'm not sure, but he got to run these same streets that I run all the time. So, but that's why I put the FSU music to the background. And then on the way back, I don't know, a cop had somebody pulled over, so I said, well, I got to shoot that going by.
I mean, this was incredible. I was laughing my head off when I first saw this video.
Ah, DeMarco, tell your wife, thank you for the Blue Diamond almonds. Smoked flavor. Bought at Walmart, the only place to get your Blue Diamond almonds.
Well, let me tell you, anything
2
I do,
packs.
I don't particularly like crowds.
Thank you, DeMarco. Thank
So I
you,
did that at like 6 o'clock in
DeMarco's
the morning.
wife.
I did
That
that
was
to beat the
great. That
crowd.
was great. It really was.
But anyway, so
And
that
I
was
know
just,
he got a kick out of it too.
oh yeah, that was just me trying to say thank you to them, because it was a big sponsorship, and they treated us well too. So anyway,
Are you hearing anything right now?
as far as you, I hear you. What do you mean?
I,
Do you hear me?
I'm trying to see what's going on here.
You
Um,
sh- I
all
I
right.
hear you.
You you didn't hear no background noise there, right then and there?
No, I did not.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yep. I mean, I heard my
'Cause
video playing.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
good.
All right. We're good now. But no, that video that you did was very, very creative. It was, and I, like I say, I wish I thought of doing something like that.
Well, Ray, I'm in this community to have fun, and I've already told this story before. If you guys don't like me and you wish I wasn't here, then it's all Bob Casey's fault. So, blame it on him. Everybody else loves Bob. Maybe you might not like him now because he's the one that brought me into this thing. But
Bob is a great guy. He
he
is.
really is. I thoroughly enjoyed meeting Bob, and again, this drone communities, I've created new friends through it, and that's been the best part of it. Just have a good time. That's I try to have fun with this. So you say that was creative? It was just me trying to have. I'm kind of quiet most of the rest of the time. My wife said, "Hey, I married you because you don't talk much," and she's usually the lively one out of the bunch.
Hey,
She says,
Carlos, how
"Well,
you doing?
ever since I married you, all you've been doing is running your mouth."
No, no, it's good. Well, that's what's great about the whole drone community, really. I mean, you make such good friends. At least we have. I have, and I can only speak for myself. But I consider you one of my good friends in the drone community. Really.
I'm gonna tell. I try to chat with people too, and I've learned about that, tagging people, but I get quick on the button, and if you hit the first letter, you can hit it, boom, it goes. Well, I just said hi to Lawrence, and I was trying to say Novice Quads instead. I said hi, Lawrence, Northside Hawks. Well, I
Well,
know.
you said back.
I
Lawrence
know.
said hi back.
I'm just letting them know why that happens. I get going too fast. Now, I'm gonna blame something on you tonight, Ray.
What?
I decided I was gonna go get me some decaf coffee, and I looked, and son of a gun, if I didn't put regular coffee in. So if I stay up all night tonight,
Oh, geez, really? Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
all
It
right,
is.
Ray, I want some help. Somebody out there end up sending me this cup, and I don't know who, but I'm very appreciative of it and thank whoever sent it. But it says, I might look like I'm listening to you, but in my head, I'm flying my drone. But that was a kind gesture that somebody sent me. I found this little styrofoam box on the front porch, and
That's nice. You come home, you find something like that.
but
And
no
I
note.
wondered,
Let
you
me
know,
know
it's
who.
funny. It's funny because it's going to take you a while to figure it out. Who sent you that?
I know I'm kind of dominating the show, but hey, I got another question for you. I think you taught me something tonight. The drone guy 42, that is Angel.
Angel. That's Angel Santos.
So, hey, Angel, I did not know that.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
had the pleasure of
now,
flying with
now,
him in
now
Port
is that
Jefferson.
okay? So that's not the Angel that's on Coast to Coast.
No,
Oh,
it's a
okay,
different. Yep.
all
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
And
hello, Angel.
you know, it's so hard to keep the interview going with you and keep an eye on the chat. I'm getting a
Yeah,
little better at it,
yeah,
but you know, a lot of times you miss certain comments and you feel bad. But you know,
yeah.
and Michael Belshi, I don't know if I said hello to him. How you doing, Michael? Good to see you. And Lance Cadenner, how you doing? And you know how I know you said Bob. Bob got you involved with drones, but how did you really?
No,
What was your first drone? And
Bob
tell
got
us
me
that
involved in
story.
YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I so you're the all right. Go way back. I wanted to learn how to fly FPV. Actually, I got on YouTube to do research to figure out how to fly a drone camera or camera drone. And when I was doing my research to figure out what drone to buy, I found this thing called FPV. And I saw that and saw how much fun it was, and I says, "Oh no, I want to do FPV. Forget the camera drone. I'll get that later." And so for a year, maybe longer, I watched anything and everything I could to try to figure out how to do it. And but you know, I'm not. I came from the area you don't get your picture taken, and you stay in the background, and you know, hey, if somebody's taking a picture, you get out of the way, right? So I didn't do YouTube. I don't do Facebook. I
I
don't do
got you.
social media, and but so I lurked for 2 years watching almost everybody and knew everybody. Chris Hope's one of the other people one of the first people. I used to watch Matt's show all the time. I think Carlos is in here. I watched
Yeah.
Carlos and I watched
Yes,
Ed.
Carlos was one of the first ones I watched. Also.
Ed
Yeah.
loved my drones. And one of my favorites. I love Mitch. I miss
Yep.
seeing Mitch
Mitch.
around. Uh, and I didn't know really who Rick Halber was, but just before Rick Halber died, I actually saw him and saw how he interacted, and I'd already heard about, okay, he gave Dennis Lovelady a ukulele, and he had done various things.
You know,
So I
I'm
was,
glad you brought up Rick though, because you know he again was one of the first that I got to know. He was always
Rick,
so pleasant, welcomed you when you were in the
yep,
chat,
yep.
and it meant a lot to me.
To
And
me,
we miss him.
Rick, as you know, I did a poster, and I did that poster because I saw the love that Rick was basically sharing with everyone. And you know, they said he would do all this anonymously. You wouldn't. He somehow you just get your address. The next thing you know, something shows up on your. Hey,
Exactly.
come to think about it, something like that, you know.
Right.
And I just his kindness just overwhelmed me. And you asked how did I come up with that video for the almonds, and I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you, I believe in the good Lord, and I think the good Lord takes care of me all the time. So
Oh, there's
he
no doubt about it. He's looking down on us.
so I think he puts you in places and puts you in the right positions for whatever reason. I think Rick had his what he did anyway. What Rick did influenced me to do that poster, and of course, you know that poster's grown a little bit since. But and I don't have it. It's let's see, get my fingers right. It's back there in the background. I can't do that very well. Back there on the wall. but
So how many drones do you have in your fleet of drones?
I think I counted up to at least 8 one
8.
time. I've got a
Okay.
7-inch. I got 3 5-inch, and these are FPVs. Well, you know what? I might only have 7 now. I used to have a Mini 3 Pro. I sacrificed that in a fire, so it's
I
gone.
heard. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that story, but if you want to, quickly tell it,
We'll,
go
we'll,
ahead,
we'll
because a
we'll
lot of
come
people
back.
don't know what happened.
We'll come back to that in a minute.
Okay.
I got an Air 2S. What is that? 345. And then I got two small 3-inch FPV drones too. And now I forgot. I ended up purchasing Drone Bum's DJI FPV drones. So maybe I am back up to 8. And that was my last purchase. But for
Okay.
whatever reason, I feel like I want the Mavic 3 Pro, but it's not in my budget right now, so we'll see. Uh,
Yeah.
but anyway, yeah,
Well, you got a nice fleet of drones, that's for sure.
well, you accumulate through time. So and you got to understand, I can buy 3 FPV drones to 1 camera drone. So that gives you a perspective of, of the cost difference. Now that means after you get set up. If I'm only buying a drone, but you got to have the goggles and you got to have the remote. But once you have that, now you can buy as many drones as you want. So
So you want to tell that story about what happened to your Mini 3 Pro?
uh, so we had this big tree. Matter of fact, I got a video on my channel where the guy was cutting the tree down, and I had that Mini 3 Pro flying around him, taking pictures. By the way, John Olson, I do love camera drones too. I do own 2 of them, and to me, that DJI FPV might as well be a camera drone too, because you can fly it either way. Of course, quality is not as good as far as camera,
How you doing,
but it,
Leonard?
but anyway, so we cut this tree down, and look, I'm a country boy, so I don't pay to have my tree carried off. I said, stack it up in the backyard. I'll make a bonfire, which I did. And then I thought it'd be a good idea to fly around it and get some aerial shots of it. And I grew up with oh shoot, I forgot his name now. Anyway, a TV guy that always yeah, I forgot anyway, but you always got to
Hey, Warren.
do a little bit better. So I got a little bit closer to get a tighter shot. And what I didn't, if you want to learn, heat rises. And I got in that heat wave, and my drone started doing this, and there was a limb. I knew it was where it was, and I was paying close attention to where it was, but what I didn't anticipate was it waving over and it got sucked into that tree. So it's
Wow.
hanging up there, but it's barely hanging. I went and got my Air 2S, flew it up there, found out what limb it was in, and said, okay, no, but the fire I had just started, and that thing was hot.
Yeah, raging fire. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got to let the fire burn down before I try to get it because I was afraid I'd knock it out. Well, I didn't anymore. I turned my cameras off, turned my back, and I heard blip, and I knew immediately what it was. I turned back around, sure enough. And that thing was so hot, I could find absolutely none of it. It was
Oh,
totally
wow.
gone. So
Wow.
it burnt the
Well,
glass, the metal, and everything.
that's a good story, Scott, and it's a learning
Uh,
story. So,
so
you know,
there's a com-
and I guess you did something with your extra parts that you had.
oh sure, yeah.
And what did you do with them?
Uh, well, I wasn't necessarily going to tell everybody about it, but I guess it's out. I know on our way up there, I guess Johnny had a Mini 3 Pro, and I said, well, hey, I'm not going to use the batteries anymore. I don't have anything for them, so I gave him the batteries, and
Nice.
I had
Nice.
already heard that Bob Casey's said, boy, I sure would like to have one of those controllers. And I said, well, shucks, I don't need it. I didn't want to go buy another Mini 3 Pro, and I figured if I had it around, that'd be the next thing I was doing.
That was nice of you. Very nice of you, Scott.
So
Really.
I just decided to, here you go. So,
Very nice.
and I hope he's enjoying it. I hope he's,
Well, he was on our Fly for Fun show, and he really showed
and you
his
know what, Ray,
appreciation.
I'm going to apologize. I missed that show. I'm trying to remember why, but I'm telling you right now, we've had a lot going on, and I did go
Well,
back and watch the replay of it,
yeah,
but I definitely meant to watch that show, but
yeah.
Like I
Hey,
said,
we got Steve Jones in the chat now. How you doing? Good to see you, Steve. And Michael Drones, how you doing? Good to see you, Bud Bieber. Thank you all for watching tonight. And
Mike,
again, Scott filled
Michael,
in at the last minute. There was a change, and I want to say thank you again to Scott for doing that. Really.
Michael's another good guy. I like him. He's a
And
super
Michael
nice guy.
Belcher had a busy day. He was saying I put up the post earlier. He handled an attempted robbery out there. But the most important thing is stay safe, Michael.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and thank you to all you uh, police officers out there that are serving. Really, and stay safe. And I don't know if I said hello to Greg Pittman. I think I did. You know,
Yeah, Greg's a good guy.
but now you're
Everybody in
one of
there is
the
good
biggest
guys.
supporters of the South Florida drone meetup, Scott. You know, and I really appreciate that. I do.
Well, as I was saying, what started it was Rick Halbert. And I know the South Florida Drone Meetup. I know the first, and actually every time you've paid tribute to him and honored him at your South Florida Drone Meetup. So that was an inspiration. I wanted to go to the first one, and I chose not to because of work, and I regretted every minute of it. And I don't know if Uncle Bill was live streaming that time, but there was a lot of live streams going on that
Oh yeah,
first time too.
yeah.
And I participated in every bit of it. Again, at that time, I was the great lurker, so nobody knew it.
Right,
Uh,
right.
but that's what my inspiration was, to make sure I came to the second one. So
Well, I was glad that you came, and you came in a caravan with Johnny. You got this caravan thing going,
yeah, yeah.
and
I'm gonna
I
tell
think
you,
that's great too.
it really is. We're not necessarily riding together,
Right.
but I mean, all you gotta do is call on the phone and say I'll So we talk a little bit on the way down, but it's still just nice to know if something goes wrong, you got somebody else there to help you out, and so I kind of have enjoyed that as well. And let me tell you what, Lee is an excellent blocker.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was third in line, and I was first, and Johnny was second. But Lee would anticipate what I was going to do, and he would go ahead and get in that lane. And actually, he was helping Johnny. He was protecting himself too to have the position. But then I would come over, and sure enough, all three of us would end up going around. And
And that's great. It is.
yeah, so my hat's off to Lee. He did an excellent job as well. So
Yeah, it's nice to have a little convoy going.
yeah, it was fun.
And that's
It's
what it's all
just
about, really, is
it's
having
just
fun.
fun
The
getting
South Florida
together, and
Drone Meetup, you get to meet the other pilots,
yeah, yeah.
and you do get a little flying in also.
I mean, I got to meet Lawrence and I got to meet Herman. I mean, how great can that be? Now, look, Ray, you get to go out and see all these people. At least you give us a venue that a lot of people come and we get to. I mean, the crazy John Flynn. I got to meet that
I
crazy
know.
man
How you
right
doing,
there.
John? I
And
know.
let me
And
tell
his
you what,
lovely wife,
that
Colleen.
crazy that crazy man can sing too.
No, no, it's a fun time. It really is. And we got 56 people already signed up for next year, just to let everybody know. So if you
Yeah.
want, let
But
me know. I'll put your name on the list. You'll be assigned a number. It's free to come and attend. And
and if
somebody wins a
anybody
lucky raffle prize based on their number on the list.
if
So,
anybody can come, they should come too, because it's just a whole lot of fun.
and we picked the date even before the other one ended. Next year it's going to be April 5th to the 8th, but the main day of flying is April 6th on Saturday. But it's just a great time. It really is. And I'm sure we'll have quite a few raffle prizes again, and that's always fun, right?
Yeah.
Did you won a few things, right, Scott?
Uh, I actually am going to have to become a 107 pilot now, I guess, because I won one of those. What was it?
Gift cards from Pilot Institute? Nice.
$125 gift certificate to the. Yeah, that's. I mean, that was a great gift to win, but I was oh, darn, because I'm going to become a 107. I just don't want to do it right now because I fly for fun, And I know everybody says, oh, well, yes, you should do it anyway. Look, I fly out in the middle of a field all the time. And, and because I listen to everyone, I do know what all the rules are. I pay close attention. I'm not going to endanger anybody. Now, I can tell you there's a crop duster that is crop dusting in my area, and I want to chase that son of a gun, but I'm going to tell you, I already know. I mean, I dare wouldn't do it without letting him know it. Uh, Number two, I know how crazy crop dusters are. That's one of the craziest people out there. I've grown up with quite a few of them, and they are a breed in themselves. They're unique people. So,
No,
but I
no,
wouldn't.
no. I'm glad you won that because that was a great gift, and that was a surprise. That was a last minute surprise when Ken
I'm gonna show you
Dono showed up and he
something else
had
I
10 of
got.
those gift cards.
I know you
There
know
it
what that
is. I
is.
love
Yep.
it. Tell us about that, Scott. I know what
Well,
it is.
I only room with Bob's. The first year I roomed with Bob Dempsey, so I got to sleep in the same room with Santa Claus. How great is that?
Yeah, I
Of
know.
course, this year he brought his whole clan, so that wasn't going to happen. So I traded him in for Bob Casey. Anyway, so I got Bob Casey and I roomed together, and of course I already knew Bob. Bob's actually been to my house and flown, so
Okay.
I've gotten to know Bob real well, Bob Casey, and he he ended up, I guess. So see, I didn't just give him that remote. I got a flag out of the deal, so it was a
Well,
fair trade.
he does some awesome woodwork, artwork,
Absolutely.
you
I mean,
know.
that is an honor to have that hanging up on the wall. I'm very happy to have that. So,
No, it's true. It's true. I'm trying to
and, and,
read
and,
what
and
Michael Belshie's saying here. Um, you should do it. Yep, he's telling you go do it. Michael Belshie's
yeah,
saying go do it. Get that
well,
part 107.
I know, and I figured by getting it, maybe it's somebody trying to tell me something. So, you know, I tell you though, it's herding cats. I also call it chasing rabbits. I'm trying to take care of this. Another rabbit jumps out in front of me, and now I'm trying to take care of that.
It's just not
And
enough time in the day, or the
yeah,
weeks. There really isn't sometimes. Hey, we
absolutely.
got Al watching. How you doing, Al? Florida drone flyers. And he ended up recently, well, Saturday or Sunday, he had a meetup down in Florida, and he had quite a few people there at the Boynton Beach Inlet.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw some of the photos on Facebook, and it looks like everybody had a great time. And there were some big drones there too. Did you see those Facebook posts or no?
Uh, Really, for the last couple of weeks, I probably hadn't hardly been seeing anything, uh, just because of what's going on right now, and I just had too many things going on. So hopefully, in the next week or two, things will settle back down. But right now, there's just too many things going on. So
Yeah,
no, I did not see that, and I have missed quite a few videos lately. So
yeah. Well, it's hard to keep track, and it's hard to watch them all. That's for sure.
well, just like when you had Bob Casey on, I wanted to make sure I watched that show. And again, something came up, and I just couldn't watch it. But I made sure I went back. I do try to catch the replays. The only disappointing thing about replays, if you watch it almost immediately, then you don't get the live chat. So you almost have to wait a day to get the live
Yes,
chat.
you do.
And
Yeah, the following day.
man,
Yeah.
these lives, the guest is very, very important, but the chat is just as important too. I mean, it's just because all these guys are just great people. So,
Well, here you go. Reptilian got his part 107, and he went out and got Chinese food to celebrate.
that sounds like a good celebration. So,
And the
what's
fortune cookie said, it turns out you can teach an old dog new tricks. That's a good one. Yeah, I
That's
know. That's
funny.
funny. It is. It is. Yeah.
Well,
So anyway, yeah.
so
It's
what
good to
you
see
been doing,
Carlos.
Ray?
Carlos, it's good to see you in the chat. I just got to say that to Carlos because he's been laying low for a while, and everybody needs a break every once in a while, as we know, you know. But it's good to see you in the chat, Carlos.
Well, Carlos is a super guy too. He's just a really good guy. I mean,
And he's quite the FPV pilot also.
yeah, he likes left turns. You know what? I tell you, Carlos would all again. I watched him a lot, and he would always encourage whoever he was flying with. Hey, man, you need to do a right turn, do a right turn, because I think naturally we just always want to go left. But if you train yourself to go right as well, you just become just that much a better pilot. And you know, as soon as you teach your brain how to do it, then you don't even think about it. You just do it. So, but I think it's just a tendency that if you're not thinking and you get lazy, then you're going to turn left all the time. So, but
I know. And I used to get a kick out of watching Carlos, Paulie, and Charlie flying at sunrise, you know. And it was nice to see that Paulie and Charlie are doing it. They continue to do it.
the
But
three
it was
amigos,
just the sunrise crew. I take my hat off to those guys, really,
yeah,
all of them.
the dedication. I mean, every morning they're there.
And I know you filled in a few times for
Yeah,
Dennis, if I
for
remember
Dennis.
right,
Yeah, that was
and you did
fun.
a great job doing that.
That was fun. I don't tell Dennis, but what I've learned now is it's nice to put Dennis on in the background, and I got him right there listening to him. And I put my drone up, and I'm flying my own sunset or sunrise, and I'm actually having fun listening to him. Now, I will tell you though, I ended up breaking my phone the other day. You can't see it, but I put the goggles on, set my phone up there to listen to Dennis, and all of a sudden I heard blip. It slid off the hood of the truck and hit the ground. So I got to go get that fixed.
Yeah, I know. Dennis, I mean, you know, we're fortunate enough to have Dennis entertain us at the South Florida Drone Meetup, but we get entertained by him every weekend, you know, and
And
I
Dennis
love
is,
listening to him.
I got to tell you, Dennis blows me away. I mean, he, I thought for sure he played a musical instrument. And he said, no, I just taught myself how to do it. And of course, I can relate to that because I've taught myself how to do some things too. But he does have the musical talent because number one, he can sing. So I can't do that worth a darn. I mean, if I sing, everybody's going to scream, shut up. So, but man, and he is so. I and everybody else is given a song that he doesn't know, and he'll take that song and then sit there and practice it all week. And the next thing you know, next week, and and look, he'll send you. I mean, I've gotten some videos. I asked him to rank. I grew up on the Swanee River, and I
Hmm.
said, "Can you play Way Down Upon the Swanee River?"
Yeah,
And I don't know that he knew it at the time, but all of a sudden I got a video he sent to me where he was playing that for me, and uh, and he's played it since on the if you make the request at request with what the song is, and Dennis
right.
will play it. So
I know, and I give Dennis a lot of credit for that. I do.
he's a very kind, humble man, and you know he's shy. You know, it's funny how shy everybody is, and yet you put YouTube on, and next thing you know, he's singing a ukulele, playing a ukulele and singing.
Yeah, one thing about Dennis, he actually composed a song for my cousin. You know, I
Oh,
had
really?
filmed a big giant alligator over there in Fort Myers, and I named the alligator Big Al, and he ended up composing a song about Big Al.
Well,
He
I
sings
thought
it
that was
every
for
once in a
you. I didn't
while.
realize. Who'd you say it was for? I thought it was for you because he
It
always
was
says,
for my cousin. I
right.
filmed it, but it's her resident alligator in one of her ponds by her condo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was so nice of him to do that. And he plays all wedding song all the time, My Girl.
I like when he ad libs and changes the words and has it to say something about drones, you know, so he's pretty good at that too. Uh,
I know.
but
I have another one of your videos queued up. Um, and maybe we'll show this. You had an incident with a Karen, maybe or something.
that was the day before your big show, I'm pretty sure.
So let's take a look at that because
And I wasn't alone. I was trying to fly my Air 2S, and I didn't get a chance to because somebody made me too nervous.
all right, let's see.
Just hit play.
All right, here we go. Ode to Karen.
Ode to Karen by Jackrabbit FPV.
Hit your large screen right there.
Run fly by me. It must have been at least
Go
20.
back up to it.
Is it showing? Is it showing,
Well,
Scott?
only part of it. You're
Bird.
scroll down.
Not by me, you won't.
If you go back
There's
to the
no fun
screen
to
and
be
go down
had
to the
here.
corner, you can make it full screen.
I must express myself in a coughing rage. Please don't offer water to me,
Exit full
and
screen.
please
How's
stay
that?
away.
Well, you got.
Can I have your full name and address?
Can you
Let's
just
tr-
scroll
let's
up?
tr- Let's try it again. What am I doing wrong here?
I think right now your mouse is scrolled down, so you don't have the screen up all the way up. So we're getting like half a picture.
What am I doing wrong, you think? I know
Well,
the
just try
volume's
playing
way high.
Just play it again. See if it'll probably be okay this time.
How's that?
Don't see it. You got shared screen. There you go.
Now it's time to land.
No.
Now,
Okay,
I
let's
don't
see if
feel
I can
like
get a
flying.
full screen layout.
Karen, why did you have
Can
to
you-
come and
Can
spoil?
you
Now,
put
what's
your mouse
going on
over the
here?
picture?
Yeah, I don't know what's going
I
on here.
apologize to anyone who is.
Right.
This
Right.
is the
click.
first time this is happening. Let me try it again.
Make sure you scrolled up. So you're not down too far on the screen.
All right, so yeah, there's the problem. I think I just found it. Yep, there it is. Now we got a commercial running, believe it or not.
On my video, there's no.
Yeah, that's
reason
what
to
it
put
was. I had it. Another commercial. No, this is all messed up. I apologize, guys.
They're not gonna make
So-
money off of me.
Now we lost track of the whole thing.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know. I haven't had a mess
I
up
think
like
you're doing
that
pretty good.
sharing in a long time.
I think you're doing pretty good.
But a lot of times I would knock myself out of the stream completely. So,
Carlos is telling me to go find it and do it. Look, and then I'll look bad.
yeah, that's true too. I mean, thinking about it, you could probably share it better than I can.
Yeah, I'm not sure I was prepared to try to do that.
But-
I don't know if I can play the sound or not, because and I know you've been playing the sound. That's been it's been coming over real well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
I
I can
mean,
get
it's-
mine quick.
Where the heck is it now?
Let's see.
Oh, there it is. Now there it is. I found it again. All right, here we go.
So Ray, you don't know it, but we were going to play a joke on you.
On
We're
me?
gonna- yeah, we're going to put a big sign up there that says, "Welcome bikers."
Oh!
Tomorrow is so and so day.
Yeah, that would have been good. That would have been good. But it looked pretty good with that sign that Al had made up for us, didn't it?
Absolutely, it sure did.
And I got to say thank you to Al for that, really. That was so nice of him to do that. But anyway, now I have it queued up again, so we'll try it one more time, and hopefully it'll play this time, no problem. And yeah, see that? There's my mistake already. I can see what it is. And if you want to narrate, you can narrate over it.
Fly like a bird. Not like
So,
won't.
first of all, I was wanting to
Yeah, you-
fly my. I've learned to go early and go ahead and get your shots before everybody gets there because you get to talking to
Please
everybody.
don't offer
There's
water to me.
the V copter for
And
Johnny
please stay
Drone
away.
Flyer.
Yeah,
And,
that was
man,
cool.
It was
Name and
windy
address.
right now too, but Miss Karen is down there right now talking
Stay
to
away
Barkley,
from me.
and Barkley's one of the best politicians to have in your
Don't
back
accuse the
pocket
victim.
because he just knows how to talk to
Don't
everybody.
fly
That
by
lady came
me.
up coughing, and
Fly
having a
for
coughing
fun?
spell, and we're all offering her,
Not
well,
by me.
Barkley, and then we're offering her water, and
Now
she's
it's
like,
time to
"Stay
land.
away from me!" No, don't. She could barely talk,
Now I don't
and
feel
so
like
everybody
flying.
just kind of stood back. And
Karen, why did you have to come and spoil
but she's
our
sitting there
fun?
asking for names and
I apologize to
phone
anyone
numbers
who
and
is
everything
named
else,
Karen
and
who does not act like this.
I thought, well, you know what? It's
Fly
probably not the best time to be flying when somebody's up there is all concerned. So I
No, I
decided to
mean
play
I heard
football.
about it. I heard that you had the issue, you know,
It's
and
just,
it was one of those things where
I'm gonna
I
tell you,
was
people have just gotten,
surprised, but
they've gotten too sensitive. I mean, they're just sensitive about everything. I mean, when do we lose our backbones? This country used to be strong, and I'm telling you, we're getting super weak. We can't handle anything anymore. It's never mind. We're not supposed to talk about
no,
that kind of stuff.
I
But
know. But anyway, there's
I
Al.
miss
Al,
John Wayne. Where's
hopefully
John
Al.
Wayne when you need him?
Yeah, I know.
So
But it's always better to be nice and
everybody was
diplomatic,
nice. The
you
only
know.
person who wasn't nice, and look, in all honesty, she kind of was nice too. It's just she was out, just wanted to know. I'm calling the cops. We all said, "Call, please do.
Yeah,
Bring him in
I
if we
know.
need to." And then she
Yeah.
says, I don't remember. I think we told her, well, if you make sure you come back tomorrow if you really want to see some drones. And she finally walked off. But by that time, she'd killed all the fun for the rest of us too, and we
I
kind of all
know.
packed up. And
It
look, it's not like we tried to reason with her and be polite and whatever. She wasn't having any part of it. She just wanted
it
some
spoils
skin.
your day when something like that happens. It
Yeah, it
does,
does.
But I tell you, um, I do have a little format, as you know. I do give a tip of the week, and this week's tip, um, nothing's really sophisticated or anything like that. It's just, when you're gonna do your updates at home before you get out to the field, because that way it won't drain your batteries while you're doing it out there, and you'll have fully charged batteries. So just do your updates at home before you go fly. And do you have any tips or anything, Scott?
Make sure your batteries are charged up.
Yep, that's a good
Because
one
that's,
too.
and I'll tell you another thing. Make sure you don't pack everything up and then leave your controller back at the room. Because I think
Is
I
that what
did that.
happened? Somebody did
Well,
that?
you were going to, we were doing how many drones you could get up, and I'm going to make a request since I got your attention.
Yeah,
Give us a little bit more warning that you're fixing to do that, because I
you're
did have
right.
an extra drone. I was trying to put my Air 2S up, and when I went to go get it up, I found out, unfortunately, somehow I probably was charging my controller and left it at the hotel. But I had the DJI Air 2 or DJI FPV, and I could have put it up. And I actually was trying to put it up. I just couldn't do it in time. And it
Yeah,
was,
no, no, it
oh,
is a good
done.
idea.
So,
Yeah,
but
no, it is a good idea. We should have it's scheduled when we're going to do it. That way everybody knows, and that way more and more people can participate. But we had been doing it the second day of flying, but maybe it'll be better to have it the first day of
oh,
flying when there's even more
so
people there.
the first year it came up, I did my first sailboat chase, and I came back and I used up all my batteries, and it was time to put the drones up. I'm like, here I am again on the ground.
We'll
I can't.
schedule it. We'll schedule it
So
next
I
year.
thought I was prepared this time, but I wasn't. So
Yeah. But anyway, we broke the record. We had 18 drones in the sky at one time, and that was pretty cool, I thought, And Johnny and I led it. He led it with the V copter, and I didn't think we were going to end up with that many, to be honest with you.
yeah, it was impressive. And you know what? I got FPV at the end of my name, and I don't know if I take any heat for that or not. You shouldn't, because
I
to
don't
me we
think so.
all we all like to fly. Well, some people are camera guys, some people are, and I understand why FPV might get a bad name, because sometimes those people aren't the nicest either. But to me, it's about flying, and it's about having fun, and it's it's the perspective that you get to see with a drone. I mean, it's
Okay,
something.
we got a question for you, Scott, from Paul Brown.
If,
If you had
yeah,
one place you could fly and only one place, where would you pick?
Jeez, man. You know, I watch this question get answered or asked all the time, and you know, I would almost say wherever I'm at because when you can go up and see things, you know, I see Marcus out there with the Snake River. Man, that's beautiful. But what people don't understand is the versatility of getting to go to many different places and fly. Because you can fly and fly and fly and have a good time at one location, but once you get to go to another place, all of a sudden everything's brand new again. And I'm sorry, but the aerial view looking down is incredible. Uh,
I
John,
told,
what's wrong with FPV? Absolutely nothing.
yeah, John, you're right, John.
That's one of the best pilots out there too. John is an excellent pilot,
He
and
is. I
I
know he
guess he
is.
can play hockey too. So I don't
Yeah.
know if you ever seen John, but John usually makes a hockey rink in his backyard. That looks like a treat to me. Now
And
the other John, the crazy John, is saying you had bug spray at least.
that's right. I know. And that was a good thing you had it too.
Yeah, well, you know, the other person that was bailing everybody out was that John. John Flynn had some too. So,
So John Carroll left his drone case.
oh,
Yeah, okay. There you go, John.
I hope you get it back.
Yeah.
So,
But anyway, John Carroll's a big supporter
oh,
of the
look at there,
channel, my
Mr.
channel, and the Fly for Fun show, and a few others. And I like to show John's videos. So let me take a minute and and show.
Quick shout out, Mr. Crowley's in the chat.
Oh, hey, Sean, how you doing? Good to see you. And I'll tell you one thing. Um, I like that. Like I said, I like the show.
Yeah, John's a good guy. John Carroll. There's a lot of John.
And
John
he's
C's.
already booked his room, by the way. He booked his room. He got the last suite that was available for
Yeah. So
next
what
year's South Florida drone meetup.
does that mean? He's not going to be on the first floor this year, or is he going to move up? And I don't know if suites are on the first floor too, but
But he is a good guy, and I think the world of John. But let me show a little bit of his video because he's an FPV guy. He's a Nevada guy now.
and there's a bunch of FPV people out here now.
And look at him. I mean, he's progressed so much.
Absolutely.
And look at this. This is FPV flying over boats and everything now.
You're not going to get a perspective like that unless you're a bird flying.
Look at this. Yeah, John. Very, very cool. I really give you guys a lot of credit that fly FPV. I do. I've tried it a couple times now, and it's difficult for me, but I'm a newbie, as they say.
It's like riding a bicycle. You know, when you're trying to get on two wheels, it was hard. Once it clicks, then
But he's getting around now, Very, very nice, John.
hitting the gaps.
Kudos to you. Look at him. Anyway, very, very cool.
Paul
Very nice,
said
John.
Flying
Anyway,
FPV is exhilarating.
I like to show John Carroll's videos. So, and
He's
Sean,
always
thank you for coming in and watching the show tonight.
he's always got good videos. John does.
Yeah, you know,
John
and
John is a smart one because he's learned how to make money with his or not his FPV drone, but his drone. So he probably does it with his FPV now. So
right, right. He's making a lot of money. John is doing well. I won't say how well, but he keeps busy. Put it that way. Yeah. So listen, Scott. Another question that we ask a lot of the guests is, "What's your favorite drone? You have a favorite?"
uh, yeah, my 5-inch FPV. I bought machine. I don't have time to build, so I bought Catalyst Machine Works out of Texas.
Okay.
And again, watching a bunch of live stream or not live streams, but videos. UAV Futures, Stu from Australia did a review on it. So one of the best built drones, tough, and I didn't know about it. Went to the website, they were sold out.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
and I was scared to buy one because I was like, man, am I throwing away money? I don't know how to do this. I've done some simulators, but not much. Went back, doggone it, it was for sale, and on I bought the thing without even thinking about it. And then now I had it. But
Yeah.
that's still my favorite drone. It is the
Okay.
best drone. What I learned is you can't fly scared, so I had to go buy a second one because I was scared I was going to break the first one. So I have 3 of those exact same drones. So,
Yeah. And Sean says, awesome drones, quads.
but the
You
Air
know.
2S is an excellent drone. That's probably my second best. I did like the Mini 3 Pro the short time I had it. And I keep saying it, but I got to tell you that it's not really in my budget. But I really would like to have the
It's
Mavic
a
3.
it's a cute little drone, Scott. Look at the way
Yeah,
it just sits
it
in the palm of your hand.
it's an excellent drone too. I mean,
I
it's
know.
quieter. It was quieter. It had super good pictures. Anyway,
Yeah. But listen, before we run out of time, let me do the contest for the monthly giveaway, which is a $10 Amazon gift card. And you're eligible, Scott, because I didn't tell you what the lucky number is. So if you guys want to put in your lucky number between 1 and 50, we'll see who gets it first. So, and I'll keep an eye on the chat, and hopefully I won't miss it. I usually do miss it. So, and a few people are close. They're close already. Yeah. All right. I'm looking.
so I know everybody's pretty good about letting you know, and you
Yeah.
can
If I
watch.
make a mistake, they usually correct it right away.
Right. To me, that's the biggest thing. Just as long as I want to say honest. I
And,
mean,
and it's all about participation, really.
but it is super hard to watch those numbers as they fly by.
And
And
they
I
just
know
fly by. What,
a lot of guys will
I
go.
do see it. I do see it. And I think Charles Goluski got it first, number 21. I think he's the one who got it. It was number 21, guys, just to let you know. The lucky number.
Okay, we
So
all know you're busy when you're doing this, and so what people do is, guess what? Paul Wegenberg,
he got it
actually,
first?
yeah, he's up there by JC Flying.
Oh, so
So what
he had
people
it
do is
first.
scroll back up. No, I'm still looking. Nope, there's another 20. JSK Enterprise did it. He was the third person to pick, and he
So who
got it.
got it first, Scott?
Leonard did.
Oh, Leonard. Okay, Leonard, you got it
JSK
first. Okay.
JSK Enterprises.
Very good. All right.
So
Leonard's
that's
name
how
will
people
go in.
help you out. Is they go back and look real quick.
I know, and I
And
appreciate
anybody
that.
else can confirm that what I just said is true. But
Yeah.
I see if
But
number
I
20,
double check it again tomorrow too.
right? Well, 21. If it was 20, oh, even John Flying Flynn picked it too.
And then
Wow.
once you mentioned the number, then everybody starts putting it in.
Well, these were all early because as soon as you said it, I immediately went back up.
Well, listen, thank you, and Scott, I got to say thank you for being on tonight. You were a great guest, and Really, it's my
But it,
pleasure to know you and be your friend, and I enjoy the fact that you come to the South Florida Drone Meetup. You add a lot to it,
well,
you
I
know.
sure hope to come again, but right now I just can't say so yet.
Okay, you just let us know, and we'll assign you your number whenever you're ready. And
Well, I want number 107.
107 wanted 107, and that's why we have 55 people signed up, right? But Barkley wanted 107, so I gave it to him
He
because
just
I
wanted to
know
screw
we'll
everything up,
pass
didn't he?
107. But yeah,
So my last video is about Barkley again. He was teaching us a trick,
okay,
and I actually showed him doing the trick. Well, my last video I posted, I just showed us trying to do the trick, which it's watch somebody else do it. It's pretty easy until you try to do it. So
well, Barkley, he's another great guy, and I was so glad that he came to the South Florida Drone Meetup this
man, we
year.
got to meet the Canadians, the
And the
great
Canadians
Canadians.
came all the way from Canada.
Yeah, and look, John, pressure on you. Now you've got to come. I'm talking about unlimited vertical. So,
Right, exactly.
but we
But
got to
anyway,
see
listen,
the.
guys, thank
Go
you. I
ahead.
don't want to go into Al's time. Al Duran, he goes on at 7 p.m. tonight.
Yeah.
And then again, we got the Grumpy Vlogger at 8 and Drone Nation at 9. So be sure to watch those shows. Monday night's a busy night. But thank you all for watching. And Scott, if you just want to hang around, we'll say goodnight. And thank you again for being on. You were a great guest.
Thanks, Ray.
And we'll see you again next week, everybody. Thank you for watching.